Alright guys, it is day 2, Illini 100 Farmer City. Last night, I forgot to recap, so last night we started P11. It was a long race, a lot of yellows, a lot of crashes. Went from 11th to 6th, not a bad night. I'll take it up for our first race of the year. You know, it's hard to come out here and wide open it around the track. First time out of the box, so happy with that. Recap was P4 qualifying, P3 the heat race, and then P6 for the feature, so really happy about that. So today is day 2. Track looks pretty good, weather looks good. We're probably 30 degrees warmer today than yesterday, so that's positive. And I'm excited to get back after it. I'll try to provide some clips for you guys. And yeah, so unfortunately some of my in-car video didn't load up, so I'll have to see what's up with that for tonight. So all right guys, thanks. Alright guys, so here we are, night 2 of qualifying, the Illini 100, pulling on the track, feeling a lot better tonight. So we're going into turn 1, we're on the brown dirt, we are gassed up a lot more than we were last night. And the guy ahead of me, I gave quite a bit of track to, just because, future reference, a lot of the times if the guy messes up in front of you, it'll screw up your whole night. So going into turns 1 and 2 here, up on the brown dirt, I'm already catching this guy ahead of me. I'm like, oh man, we're coming in. I'm up on the cushion, a little bit higher than last night, carrying momentum off the corner. We've got 2 to go, going into 1 here. Things are looking pretty good. I'm like, all right, it's got to be a pretty good lap. We just got to be a little bit smoother down here. I struggle in 3 and 4. He hits the wall right there. I'm already trying to calculate what am I going to do if I get to his bumper. I don't want this to ruin my lap. Well, right there, I put the right front over the curb a little too much. That was probably 0.3 of a second. Going into 3, carry as much speed as I can, coming off the corner and driving it down through the bottom, taking the checkered right there. I'm already frustrated, and it's like, man, I think it just screwed my lap up. We ended up being P3 overall, which still put us on the front row of the heat. So it's one of them things to take into note, is let the guy ahead of you get out as far as he can. That way you save yourself room for qualifying. Race time, night number 2, front row outside, got the jump on Ray Bollinger there. Kind of looking at it, the inside groove was definitely optimal for heat race time. You can see that it's starting to build a bit of a hole getting into 3, so you got to be careful there, because you don't want to bottom the right front out, which will totally disturb the whole car. Okay, so right now we're just kind of like cruising along. I'm looking for my stick guy. I can't see him. I know normally my old stick guy, he wore a vest, so I'm trying to see him. He told me he was down on the back stretch. I'm trying to see where my gap is, and I know at this point I don't hear anybody behind me, so I'm kind of just rolling the throttle, dragging a brake in the middle of the corner here, in the brown dirt, back to the fuel, and trying to keep my line closed up, because I don't know what my gap is. So I'm like, man, I got to protect my line. I know I got Bollinger. I know I got Lucas Lee back there. I know I got a couple other hitters that are behind me. And I don't want to give up this front row spot, because I know if I win this heat race, I'm going to go into redraw, which is going to give me the potential option to start first or second. It'll be 1 through 4. White flag here. Still rolling the bottom. I can hear my left front brake starting to make some noise. I'm like, man, I hope those pads aren't wearing out. We're already getting ready to lap cars too. Just keeping it tucked in, back to the fuel. I know that I've got it won at this point. So we go to the redraw. I think I draw a 3 going across the scales here. There's Tommy Scott multi-fire, and I pull the 3, and then at this point we know we're starting 3rd. So that's that for the heat race.
Take your right rear tire to the Mars track.
See you. Hey, where were you? I said, is that? Were you on top? Hold on a second. Were you on the infield? What? I was on the block. I didn't see you. I kept looking down there. Yeah. There was some guy in a vest up in turn 3 who looked like you. No. Okay, we gotta get this figured out, dude. Cause like the guy was telling me to go high, so I ran a couple laps up. I was like, this ain't good up here. Fuck that.
No, I thought you looked at me on the start.
You need to put a vest on. Okay. Get a vest on. We need something to distinguish. Dude, you have all black on.
All right.
So the whole track I can't see. Dude, I was looking in.
I was by those big concrete blocks and they're going into 3.
Okay, I couldn't see you.
Yeah, right when you came out, I was telling you low in 1 and middle in 3 and 4.
For some reason, I couldn't see you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, there's some big giant men standing next to me who worked at the track.
Race car was pretty good.
Yeah, when you went back to the bottom, as soon as you went back to the bottom.
Yeah. Okay.
I gave you the cross.
Race fans, for the second time in 2024, the Mars Modified Championship Series is green from the All-Star Performance Start Zone. It'll be Mike McKinney down the back straightaway, but here comes Charlie Mefford. Mefford gonna look for the race lead. Looks for his first win of his career. Runs right behind them, then Zeke McKenzie.
All right, guys, so the GoPro got shut off, so I'm just going to kind of do a talk over with what was going on during the feature. Michael Long and I here have a pretty fierce battle. He's running the high side. I'm kind of glued to the middle because I can't get to the high side to carry the momentum that I want, so I'm rolling the center. Getting pretty good dig off the corner. He's just got that top line momentum. Down here, there's a little bit of bumps on the bottom by the tire, so I'm having to stick about a lane up off the bottom. Getting a good run down here. I'm just thinking, damn it, how can I get by him to where I can slide up into his groove? Screws up here, I don't see him, and then I didn't want to take his line away. I just didn't want to crash anybody or anything like that. Hit the bumps down here, got a little bit tight. We're still drag racing back off the corner, and it's a pretty good side-by-side battle. This is for 4th place at the moment. Charging Charlie's one ahead of us. Shortly he pulls off the track, so it puts us back to P3. Michael goes to the bottom. I made a run back at the top, got tight in the middle, lost about 3 car lengths here, had to really regroup. Drove the car in a lot deeper, straighter, dragging the brakes, trying to keep the bars underneath me, and we're kind of just settled in at this point. The track is changing. It's cleaned off, and a lot of people say, oh, the track took rubber. Well, no, it hasn't really taken rubber at this point. It's more so just cleaned off. It's a clean groove when we're racing. So right here we're P3. It's Long's ahead of us, Cole Falloway's behind me, and I'm just trying to keep my momentum up. That way we don't lose our spot, because I know at this point we're pretty much locked into where we are. Trying to run for a podium position tonight. The night before we struggled a lot more, so I was kind of like, well, at this point, might as well ride along. So it was a pretty good race. It's an interview with Michael there, and then our interview comes up here. So thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, and I'll be pumping out some more content for you. Thanks.
But you come home on the podium, so you take some money home. Good pay, come home 3rd. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. The biggest thing is I got to thank my family, my mom, my dad, all my helpers here, my buddy Joe. He actually drove back and forth for his kids' baseball game. My buddy Brian, he moved in here from Alaska, came out. Pondrio, it's his son's birthday. Jordan, my girlfriend Emily, I thank her because I wasn't going to race this weekend. She made me race. So I'm just happy to be here. I really enjoy racing, and I love this place. I love racing in Illinois, so thanks a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, he comes home 3rd. How about it for the Warlock, Kyle Steffens? Well, a great night of racing here at Farmer City with the Illini